Here we go. We will stand. We will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Here.
Yes. Let me see. Check. 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 Yes. Perfect. So yes, we're here at Berlin at the Block Show Europe. We're here with Jimmy Wales, the founder of Wikipedia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
How did you actually end up in the crypto space?
Well, I'm not really in the crypto space.
Mm.
I'm a geek and a technologist, so I've been very interested in this world for a long time. I've become known in this space as a little bit of a skeptic, but I hope I'm not considered to be some kind of crazy, vicious critic. I'm just someone who says, let's take a pause, let's think. There's a lot of craziness going on. I worry about people potentially losing a lot of money, and I think people should be very careful.
Where are you the most skeptic about?
Well, whenever you see this amount of investment money rushing into a space, there'll be investments in things that actually don't make sense. I'm concerned about when I see a lot of the signs of a bubble, i.e. people kind of vaguely realizing that what they're investing in doesn't make sense, but they just hope that it goes up and they sell it to someone. So greater fool theory.
Pump and dump.
When we see this, it's a warning sign. And I always remind people of the old saying from poker, if you look around the table and you don't know which one's the sucker, it's probably you. And so that's something to worry about.
And how do you actually develop your own scam filter?
Well, I think it's quite difficult. I mean, I think one of the techniques that I would suggest to people in this space is to say, remove the blockchain aspect and see if you did this with normal money, would it make sense? If it doesn't even make sense with normal money, it's not going to make sense with blockchain. If you say, well, it would make sense with normal money, and the reason we're not doing it yet is because of some fact about traditional money that makes it hard to do that crypto solves, then you might be onto something interesting.
Do you actually invest in ICOs?
No, I've never invested in an ICO. It's not my kind of thing. I've like many people who are in this space, I've accidentally made some money. So with Wiki Tribune, we've accepted cryptocurrencies for quite some time. I remember we people gave crypto for us to get started. I sold all the Bitcoins and I hung on to some Ethereum. And then it went from about 200 to 300 and I sold it and it went back to 200 and I'm like, okay, I'll just buy it back. And then it went to 1200 and I sold it. So I'm like, okay, that worked. So Wiki Tribune's better off than it was.
You're more of a hodler or of a trader?
No, I'm more of a sell it immediately because I don't know what the hell's going on here. I'm not a speculator. So I speculated a little bit and made money, but I don't feel like a genius. I think sort of in the last year or so, if you accidentally held anything, you probably made money. So unless you bought, at a certain moment. So
you experienced the dot-com crisis. Do you see parallels with the end of the 90s?
Yeah, I do. I see a lot of parallels. I think, there's a lot of enthusiasm and hype around a new technology that clearly is interesting, that clearly will have a lot of impact on a lot of things. And I see people talking complete nonsense. And, I think people should be careful.
All right. And last question, what is the most interesting project within this space, through your eyes?
Gosh, it's a really good question. I mean, I think, I'm very interested in smart contracts. So in general, I think there's something really interesting about that. Again, that's an area where there's a huge amount of hype. People seem to think smart contracts solve problems when the actual problems in reality won't be solved by smart contracts, because that's not what the issue is about anyway. On the other hand, smart contracts have the potential to do some very interesting things. So, that's what I'm keeping an eye on. Yeah,
the most robust future of this space are the smart contracts at this moment.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think we're such a long way from general consumer adoption of cryptocurrencies, where ordinary people have a wallet of cryptocurrencies because they need it for some practical reason. That's a long way off. On the other hand, sort of within industries that have coordination difficulties, implementing some kind of neutral smart contract platform to allow them to coordinate might be interesting. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And all the best.
Yes, thanks.
And come to Amsterdam.